department?
Kennedy.
What happened here today?
Received tones out for a structure fire. First firefighter that got to the hall called out for a second alarm. It was fully engulfed already. By the time we've got engines and water here, the second structure already went up.
What did you guys evacuate the rest of the homes here? What did that look like?
Most of them were already evacuated, being during the day. Most of them were already evacuated. But we double checked to make sure everybody was evacuated, and then we made sure that power was getting shut off, gases were getting shut off to any other structures, just in case if it kept getting caught going down the line.
So I talked to some people around here who said they heard some explosions throughout the day.
That's what I understand, but I wasn't here when it happened, so I can't deny it or confirm it.
Okay. Everybody okay?
Yes.
Any animals involved?
No, at this time I have not heard of any of that outcome for that right now.
Is it still too early to know what exactly happened here?
It's still under investigations. I really haven't had a chance to communicate with much of the investigators or the state police.
What time did the call come in?
I'm going to say maybe 8:30, but I'm not even sure on that off the top of my head.
So, I mean, it's a really, really hot day compared to most.
Very.
How are all these crews battling this fire and trying to, take care of themselves right now?
We have a really good EMS side of it where we go to rehab, make sure everybody gets a lot of fluids, take rotation. We have a lot of departments here from surrounding areas to come in as manpower, not only interior but exterior, to help out and try to maneuver people around so that they're not getting overheated.
So I hear that you guys don't have fire hydrants around here. So how does that make fighting this fire?
It makes it real tough. We have something that's called dry hydrants that's usually hooked up to a pond and stuff like that. We did have some issues with one of them, but otherwise we've gotten water. We had 10 tankers on the road. And it took a while to get some water here, but it also takes a lot of time to get manpower during the day. And that's why we have surrounding departments to try to help out.
So how many other departments are helping out? Because you said about 10 tankers. I've noticed a few of the names on them.
I had somebody go through and make a list and start the list. I haven't heard the final outcome, but I would say there's probably a good 10 to 15 plus departments here.
You guys are spread out all over the county, and yet you came together. It was like a ballet watching these tankers pull in, guys from different departments working together. Talk about how being so far away and yet everybody knows exactly what to do.
Around here you have to have manpower during the day, and that takes mutual aid. Our call counts are very high for towns, and that's because we do a lot of mutual aid. You have to rely on mutual aid. During the day, everybody works. You have a day crew, but most of them are retired. Or they work night shift and they're in bed sleeping. So it's very, very, very important to have mutual aid that's going to be able to come out and help out and be able to help out with situations like this.
Did the proximity of the fire hall to the actual scene help at all today?
Nope. It was already fully engulfed by the time the first firefighter got on at the hall. It was already fully engulfed. There was nothing they could do. It was trying to protect the rest of the surroundings. Second house went up. It was hard trying to get some water to start with. We've got a good water source going now, but we've still got the second structure we've got to take care of, and then we protect the third structure after that.
So was there anybody actually in that fire hall at the time that this started?
Nope, we're all volunteer. The first person that got on location actually lives right down the road. He's probably only about a quarter of a mile down, and so when he got here, it was only maybe a minute or two after the tones dropped, which probably is about maybe 5-6 minutes. So it doesn't really take a long time to get here for some of the guys that are during the day, and it was already fully involved.
You had a lot of young firefighters here today. What kind of experience does a fire like this give younger members of the various departments?
No, the younger members, some of them are only exterior, not interiors. So you got to look at that. During the day is most of your older people. of the senior members, the ones that have been doing this for 20, 30 years like myself. So the senior members are the ones that are around most of the time during the day. The younger ones that do show up, they get the experience of helping out and seeing what it takes to be a fireman or a fire person.
Has the homeowner been contacted for the home where the fire first was burning?
I don't know any of that information on if they were home and they got out or what. I don't have any of that information.
Do you have any information on how many people lived in each of these?
I do not. Sorry.
In your expertise, Chief, I imagine the one property looks to be, completely burned to the ground. The second one, do you imagine that would be a total loss as well?
I'm sorry?
I know the first property burned to the ground. The second, a total loss in your experience?
Second one's a total loss, and no damages to the third one that we know. But both property is going to be total loss.
What is considered the third one?
The third one's going to be the green one that's on the other side. So this is house number 1, that's house number 2, and then that was house number 3.
So there's very minor damage to the third one.
Yeah.
Was that on fire at all?
No. It might have melted a little siding here and there, if that. But the good thing was it wasn't as close as house 1 and 2 were, so that's what helped save house number 3.
And I know I see the house across the street had some siding damage too. I mean, this was intense flames that you guys...
Oh, it very much was. We had our engines, they were pretty far away, and even they got very hot.
Anything else you have to add that we didn't touch on?
No, I think that's it. I just want to thank all the departments that came out to help out and all the members that were here to help out. I appreciate all the manpower and the help. That's what mutual aid's for, and that's what's needed, and I appreciate it.
As for what's next for this scene, then, how long do you anticipate you'll be here for this extinguishing process?
I don't want to know. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night. I'll be here for a long time.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.